Zorin OS has always held a special place in the Linux world for its ability to combine beauty, simplicity, performance, and accessibility in a way that makes Linux feel both familiar and powerful for users of all backgrounds. Over the years, its development team has delivered polished and user-friendly releases that make the transition from Windows or Mac OS effortless while still respecting the heart of open source principles. With the release of Zorin OS 18 and the monumental achievement of surpassing 1 million downloads in record time, the developers have not only proven the popularity of their distribution but also positioned it as one of the most influential Linux distros. 2025, the upgrade from Zorin OS 17 to Zorin 18 marks a major evolution in experience, performance, design, and workflow stability, and in this detailed exploration, we dive deep into what happens when you test the upgrade, how smooth the process feels, what improvements users will immediately notice, and why this update has resonated with so many people around the world. The journey begins with the expectations built over time. Zorin OS 17 was already stable, elegant, and responsive. It delivered a refined GNOME-based desktop experience combined with Zorin appearance, Zorin Connect, and a curated app library that made everything feel cohesive. So when Zorin OS 18 was announced, users naturally wondered whether it would be worth upgrading or if it would simply be a modest improvement layered on top of the already polished version. But what becomes immediately clear is that Zorin OS 18 is not just a continuation, it is an upgrade that transforms the entire feel of the system. The first element users notice when preparing the upgrade is how smooth and user-friendly the process feels. Instead of complicated commands or manual steps that many Linux distributions require, Zorin OS keeps the upgrade as intuitive as possible. A notification appears indicating that a new version of Zorin OS is available, offering a one-click upgrade path. For those who prefer running commands in the terminal, the upgrade remains lightweight and efficient. But the most important detail is how little friction exists. This is crucial because one of Zorin's core missions is to make Linux welcoming, even for people with little technical background. And the upgrade process is a perfect example of that philosophy in action. Once the upgrade begins either through the software updater or through the command line tools, the system performs a series of checks. It confirms system compatibility, verifies available disk space, checks the integrity of repositories, and ensures that the user's configuration files are safely handled. The upgrade process is carefully engineered to preserve all user data, custom settings, themes, and installed applications. This provides reassurance for users who have invested time customizing their Zorin OS 17 environment. As the upgrade continues, the system updates core libraries, kernel versions, GNOME components, codecs, security frameworks, display server enhancements, and performance optimizations. These operations occur smoothly in the background, usually without the need for user intervention. And depending on hardware speed, the process can take anywhere between 15 minutes to over an hour. When the upgrade finishes and the system performs the reboot into Zorin OS 18 for the first time, the real transformation becomes immediately visible. The login screen has refined animations that make the system feel more modern. The transitions are softer, more fluid, and demonstrate a noticeable improvement in visual responsiveness. Once the desktop loads, the user instantly recognizes the hallmark elegance that Zorin is famous for. The wallpaper selection has expanded, offering high-quality backgrounds with subtle gradients and clean color tones that match the new design direction of Zorin OS 18. The icons get a refreshed look with improved sharpness and consistency, and the overall UI gains smoother animations that make everything from opening windows to switching workspaces feel more premium. But design is just the start. Under the hood, Zorin OS 18 introduces performance improvements that enhance everything from boot times to application launching and system responsiveness. Memory usage has been optimized, helping both older and newer hardware run faster. Applications open noticeably quicker thanks to optimization in GNOME components and Zorin's custom patches. Multitasking becomes smoother, especially when users open multiple browser tabs, run productivity apps, or stream media while working. The difference is felt most prominently on machines with modest specifications, such as older laptops, where Zorin OS already stood out as a performance-friendly Linux option. These optimizations make Zorin OS feel more like a modern operating system designed for the future rather than simply an incremental update. The taskbar and panel controls also receive meaningful enhancements. Users can now switch between layouts more seamlessly using the Zorin Appearance app, whether they prefer a Windows-like layout, Mac OS-inspired layout, or a more traditional Linux setup. The transitions feel smooth and intuitive. This flexibility has always been a strength of Zorin OS ending version 18. The customization options feel even more polished. The new versions of the Zorin themes light dark and mixed look refined, crisp, and visually balanced with improved contrast and accessibility considerations. Zorin OS 18 not only looks better, but also feels more comfortable in the eyes, making long work sessions easier. One of the biggest highlights of the upgrade is the improved version of Zorin Connect, the feature that links your smartphone to your computer. The new update strengthens communication between Android devices and Zorin OS by improving file transfers, SMS, synchronization, notification, mirroring, clipboard sharing, and even the ability to control media from your phone. The connection becomes more stable, faster, and capable of handling larger files with fewer interruptions. For many users, Zorin Connect has always been one of the killer features of this distro, and seeing it enhanced further makes the upgrade worth it on its own. The Zorin software store also receives improvements, offering a faster and more organized browsing experience. Applications load with quicker previews, search results appear faster, and installation feels more responsive. Flatpak and Snap integration work more efficiently, giving users access to thousands of applications. The upgraded store ensures that even beginners can easily find popular apps like Spotify, Steam, Zoom, VS Code, and Telegram without needing terminal commands. The performance improvements extend to gaming optimization as well, with Zorin OS 18 using an updated Linux kernel and newer Mesa graphics stack. Gaming performance improves across Steam titles, Lutris games, and Proton-based Windows games. Users with dedicated graphics cards, especially NVIDIA, experience smoother driver installations thanks to enhanced compatibility. This positions Zorin OS 18 as an attractive option not only for everyday productivity, but also for casual gaming and creative work. Another impressive addition is the increased security hardening included by default. Zorin OS 18 includes more protective layers around system permissions, sandboxing, app containerization, and encryption support. With global concerns around digital privacy and secure computing continuing to rise, Zorin's strengthened commitment to providing a secure environment makes it not only user-friendly but also a reliable operating system for long-term use. The file system behavior also feels smoother thanks to optimizations in how Zorin handles indexing, storage access, and file previews. File operations, whether copying, moving, or searching, appear more responsive and stable. The new touches in design like improved icons in the file manager, better contrast for folder colors, and refined spacing make the overall environment feel more professional and polished. With so many improvements, it becomes easy to see why Zorin OS 18 reached 1 million downloads so quickly. This milestone is a huge celebration not only for the development team but also for the global Linux community, which values accessibility, performance, and elegance. The rapid adoption proves that people are increasingly looking for modern, visually appealing, and easy-to-use alternatives to Windows and macOS. Zorin OS has become one of the leading examples of how Linux can be both powerful and user-friendly. The 1 million downloads celebration highlights the international recognition of Zorin OS as a serious competitor in the desktop OS landscape. The developers expressed gratitude to their community and highlighted how the growth of Zorin helps fund more innovation. With a bigger user base, they can push the boundaries of performance, design, and user experience in future releases. Testing Zorin OS 18 after the upgrade reveals that the system is not only stable but also remarkably refined. There are no major bugs interfering with daily usage, and the system remains smooth even when running heavy workloads. Developers, content creators, students, and business users all benefit from the improvements, whether you're editing videos, coding in VS Code, designing graphics in Inkscape or GIMP, running virtual machines, streaming content, or browsing the web with multiple tabs open. Zorin OS 18 handles it with impressive efficiency. One of the most underrated improvements is battery optimization on laptops. Thanks to kernel upgrades, known performance patches, and better power regulation algorithms, laptops running Zorin OS 18 experience better battery life compared to Zorin OS 17. This improvement is especially important for users transitioning from Mac OS, where battery efficiency is often a strong expectation. After thoroughly testing the system, it becomes clear that the upgrade from Zorin OS 17 to Zorin OS 18 is not only smooth, but also incredibly rewarding. The system feels faster, cleaner, more modern, and more stable. Zorin OS 18 stands out as one of the most polished Linux distributions of the year, combining ease of use with professional design and powerful features. The celebration of 1 million downloads is a well-deserved recognition of the excellence of the Zorin team and the trust users place in their development philosophy. The combination of stunning design, seamless upgrades, improved performance, enhanced Zorin Connect features, expanded app support, better security, and continued commitment to user accessibility positions Zorin OS 18 as a top-tier operating system. Whether someone is switching from Windows, transitioning from Mac OS, exploring Linux for the first time, or searching for a stable long-term daily driver, Zorin OS 18 delivers an experience that is both delightful and professional. The story of upgrading from Zorin OS 17 to 18 is not just about a software update. It is about witnessing the evolution of a Linux distribution that has matured into one of the most user-centric operating systems available today. As millions of users adopt Zorin OS 18, the future looks bright for continued improvement and innovation. The milestone of 1 million downloads represents not only a celebration, but also a promise for even more refined, powerful, and elegant versions in the future. Zorin OS proves once again that Linux can be beautiful, fast, secure, and user-friendly without sacrificing freedom or customization. The upgrade is not just successful, it is a statement that the world of Linux desktop computing is entering a new era of polish and accessibility.